Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show you the 4 sketchbooks that I got recently. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my plans for these sketchbooks, and also we're gonna inaugurate each one of them. So I'm going to draw or paint to use them for the first time. So I got 2 Strathmore sketchbooks and 2 Moleskin. So let's start with the small one. This one is a Strathmore art journal mixed media in the 500 series. So it's a acid-free paper, 100% cotton, archival quality. It has 64 pages and it's 190 GSM. The size is 5.5 inches by 8 inches. So in centimeter is 14 by 20.3. So it's quite a small one, as you can see. It's like the size of my hand. I put a post-it on it because I want to remember what I'm going to use it for. But I plan on using this one as like a travel sketchbook because it's super small, super compact. So it's easily going to fit in any of my bags or in my purse. I could bring along a couple of art materials and then just sketch while I'm traveling, while I'm hiking, or stuff like that. So that's the plan for this one. This one is going to be for quick, or not so quick, travel sketches. Then we move on to the Strathmore, same series. So it's also an art journal, also series 500, but the size is different. So it's 8.5 by 11 inches. In centimeters, it's 21.6 by 27.9 centimeters. This one is a soft cover. You can see that it marks easily. I haven't even used it. There is already some marks. The sketchbook I had before was also a Strathmore. It was kind of an in-between size, and it was a soft cover as well. And it's all marked. But that's okay, I don't really mind that. I could also put some stickers on top. Maybe that's something I'll do. This one, I plan on using it as a replacement for my other sketchbook. So in my other sketchbook, what I used it for was a bunch of random stuff. I would do art studies. I would paint some pictures I found on the internet. I would paint some of my own pictures. It was just like a mix of everything, every style. It was just something for fun. Sometimes I did some Skillshare classes. I did the paintings in there. So this is what it's going to be for. It's like a sketchbook I'm going to use for whatever I want. If you want to know a little bit more what I did in my old sketchbook, so you have a better idea of what I'm planning on doing in this one, you can go check out my sketchbook tour. I published it not too long ago. I'm going to put it in the cards right here. So for this first page, I'm going to recreate the picture I took during my vacation. I'm going to try to keep the style loose. So I like where we're going with this so far. I like that it's pretty loose. I love the people that I drew. So nice. Just received this package, which if it's what I think is very exciting for you and for me. So I thought we could just unbox it now. Yes. Oh, what's happening? So I ordered this book on mushrooms called Entangled Life. I don't remember how I put it in my wish list on Amazon. I just know that it was recommended to me in some way, or I saw it somewhere. I thought it was super interesting. I love the artwork. I thought though that there would be lots of artwork inside, but maybe not. So it's a book about mushrooms, fungi. But to be honest, it's kind of a surprise. I am not exactly sure what it's going to be about. But I'm excited to read it. That's that. And then the other thing that I ordered, that's a pop filter. I thought I needed one for when I do voiceovers. I use another mic and I get close to it, and sometimes there's this pop sounds with words that start with a P. Yeah, so here it is. You clamp it to your table and you talk through it. This one is in the art collection. It's made, I think, for drawing and sketching. The paper is not as textured as the paper from these, and it's 165 GSM, so it's not as absorbent as these. So I don't think that this one is intended for very wet media, but I don't mind. I'm going to use it for wet media anyway, because I've seen that some artists do that. So I think in the worst case scenario, I'm just gonna put some gesso on these pages, or the paint is gonna bleed through and I'm gonna live with it. This sketchbook is the same size as this one. It's very similar. I don't know the exact size. Yeah, 8¼ by 11¾ so a little bit bigger. It contains 96 pages, so quite a lot more pages than the other sketchbooks. In centimeters, it's 21 by 29.7. So this one I plan on using it for abstract paintings or abstract sketches. I find abstract paintings very interesting and rewarding to do, but also very stressful. So I think having a sketchbook, which I know that the paper is not going to sustain wetness very much, I think it's going to be less stressful. It's going to allow me to practice and get better at abstract paintings. It's also going to allow me to test out new techniques before I put them on paper. That's what I intend on doing. I'm going to do watercolors using neon colors. This is an idea that I've had in mind for a long time, and now I can finally try it out. This is the first watercolor palette that I have ever bought. This is the MozArt Komorebi watercolor palette. And I was thinking of giving it away because this is not a professional watercolor palette, and I have now a lot of professional watercolors. But this is the only neon colors that I own, and I had never tried them before because I just wasn't interested in neon colors. But now for my idea, I am going to use them. And now we have this huge sketchbook. It's also a Moleskin sketchbook. Do I have the sizing? I don't think I even have it. It's huge. You can see it fits. See, it fits 2 of these. So it's very big. This one is a watercolor sketchbook. So the pages are very textured, they're very thick, very well, they seem to be very good quality. So what I plan on doing with this one is practicing looseness. So I don't mind what I'm gonna paint. It could be landscapes, it could be portraits, it could be still lives, it could be painting static, both pages. That would be very nice actually. But for this one is intended for play and for looseness. This is the sketchbook in which I'm going to practice that. So I had to open the window, so I'm sorry if you hear some car noises and stuff like that, but it's just too warm today and I really need the breeze. So that's what we'll do. I decided on a picture that I took on vacation last weekend, and we're gonna just go ahead and paint it very loosely. The goal is not to do anything super pretty, or it's just to have fun and be loose and try to mix colors directly on the paper. think I have ever used these. Oh, I hate the texture. I have this painting right here. I got a new frame for it because this frame is a bit wonky. So I got a new frame and I'm going to put it somewhere else in my house. I'm gonna do that and I can replace this painting by another one. So, because I like seeing my artworks and it also reminds me to post about them, and maybe if people want to buy them, they can. Otherwise, they just stay in my closet and they are forgotten about. So we're gonna do that too. I don't know how much you saw because my battery died, but I decided to do another painting on this side of the paper because I feel like I got carried away with this one. I used way too many colors. I truly only wanted to use pink and greens. That was the idea I had in my head, but this happened. So I decided to focus on the colors I originally intended of using, and I like this one so much better. So now I'm gonna wait for these pages to dry. We'll see what we do in the meantime. Okay, that's it. I think I'm just not inspired anymore by these, so I'm just gonna let them dry and call them a day. Also, this paper is not the best for this kind of wet art making, but that's okay. That's what I was expecting, but still it didn't bleed through. It just warped a lot, so I think I can do some fun stuff with this. And I kind of like sketchbooks where the paper is all warped. It looks like 10 times bigger and it shows that it lived. So my sketchbook is gonna live. So we ended up putting the painting in our living room. I have this weird angle because there's a window there, so you see the reflection. So it's kind of the only way for me to show it to you. This new frame is very pretty. I like that the frame is not too thick. You focus on the painting. You're not overwhelmed with the big frame. I think that the simplicity of the frame works for this painting. So I was thinking maybe I could just add some pastel lines. I don't know if you can see, but I see that the paper piled a little bit. I think it's because the surface was very wet and I was like doing like this. I did not like the pressure and yeah, but I think that's the only place where it did that. So maybe I just have to be a bit more careful. Maybe I could try to remove the excess paper. Yeah, that's a little bit better. We can say that this is granulation, which I know isn't, but that's what we can tell ourselves. Before we end, let me just show you again everything that we did. So we did this one. It's based on a picture that I took on vacation at the beach. It was a very hot and sunny day and it did not look this dreamy, but I think we managed to create something nice and it did not go through the paper. So it's very nice. I just need to be careful about like rubbing the paper too much when it's wet. But I think we should be good. Then I did 2 abstract watercolors. I used some colors that I never usually use, so I'm happy about that. It is very inspiring to me and I really had some fun. I know like this is not good work, but that's okay. I don't mind. Abstract art is very difficult for me. This is something I want to get better at, so I like having a sketchbook dedicated for that. It's going to allow me to practice without feeling the pressure of creating a beautiful finished artwork on a paper that costs a lot of money. And we did this, oh my god, this huge painting that I love so much. I had so much fun doing this. Painting big like this in a sketchbook is amazing. I don't know, I had never done that before and I really liked having all that space to do some brushwork and not worry about anything. And it didn't take a lot of time. I think it might look impressive, but it really didn't. My favorite part, I think, in this whole painting is the tree. All of it colors and it's like, it's not straight, but it looks like a real tree. I like the base of the tree. Yeah, I like that part a lot. I also like this rock. It looks super smooth for some reason. You kind of want to lay down on it. And I like all the marks that I created at the end using the pastels. That was fun. I never used pastels before, so yeah, this whole piece was a discovery for me. So maybe today I'm gonna do another one. Oh my god. And also, it did not go through the paper. So it buckled a little bit, but not too much. Considering it's watercolor paper, I think that's what I expected. I'm happy about it. It has been days, if not weeks, since I finished this video, but I went camping last weekend and I finally started my little sketchbook. So I wanted to show you what I did. I did 2 plein air watercolors. I first started with this one. We were on top of a mountain and the view was super pretty. So we stopped for about 20 minutes and I painted this loose watercolor. And what I found was super interesting is that some people stopped and talked to me and we discussed about art and art making, and it was just a lovely time. And then at our camping site, we had a beautiful view. It was like in the middle of the forest. So I painted this loose watercolor painting. So that's it. I just wanted to show you these paintings before we finish this video. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're feeling super inspired to start multiple sketchbooks at the same time. I know I am, and I'm gonna go work on that now. See you later. Bye.